line up at the podium, so I'm going to get your questions as soon as I finish this. But one of the questions he brought up that I wanted to bring up to you about the illegal grows. We're seeing a lot of illegal grows getting busted in Pueblo County, and I can't help but wonder, how do you think that's going to affect the vote? Do people see that and equate that to what's going on with 2 and 3?
I think the honest answer is I don't know. So it's only speculating. We did see that the Sheriff's Department was very active earlier this year, February, March, April. They busted something on the order of 28 illegal grows. And again, the entire industry is rejoicing. We are all about compliance and following the law. So when we see people who are operating illegally, that needs to go away. Part of the promise of regulated retail cannabis in Colorado was it was going to get rid of the black market. And there's 3 things you have to do to get rid of the black market. I'm speaking as an economist. Number 1, you got to regulate it. You got to put rules in place. Number 2, you have to enforce those rules and tax them. And then, well, you have to enforce the rules and then tax it. It's the enforcement piece. So when we see the sheriff getting out and enforcing the law, it's great. But the other side, the champions of this proposition say, see, it's because we have legalized retail marijuana, we have all these illegal grows. And I don't even know how to respond to that. You've got criminals engaged in illegal activity, and your plan is to get rid of the regulated ordinances so the criminals will start acting illegally? Is that your argument? The criminals are doing things illegally because of the laws in place. They're simply getting rid of more laws, but the criminals will still be doing criminal things. So the way that this is going to be combated is we still have to continue to have strong law enforcement. When you really start looking at why we've had issues with law enforcement in this community, there's one reason. The chief of the Pueblo Police Department wrote an article, or was interviewed about 3 or 4 weeks ago. We don't have enough officers. We need more people on the streets, beat officers. But as we've had these budget cuts, we know we need to hire 30 more employees, 30 more street officers. That's going to cost us several $1 million.
Per year, every year.
$7 million more dollars. Here's an idea. How about we actually keep cannabis in play and generate this? Because that's the number now. Of these 183 licenses, many of them are still getting going. I would say more than half are still in the development phase. If you came out to Mesa Organics, we're on the corner of Baxter Road and Highway 50. It used to be Greenwood's Restaurant back in the 40s and 50s and 60s and 70s and 80s. Then it became a series of bars, Rojas, Lupita's Restaurant, the roof collapsed and it was decrepit. My parents sitting in the front row have been complaining for the last 15 years. I wish somebody would buy that dump and do something with it. So we did. The first thing on the zoning was marijuana. We've never seen a marijuana plant. Come out and look at the pictures. See for yourself. I can tell you what we're paying on property tax when we bought that dump, and I can tell you what our property taxes are going through. And that's happening throughout the community, and we haven't even seen that kick in yet. But property taxes of these industries, and by the way, we have attracted people like Mr. DeGabriel to bring in. I'm going to just out you right now. I think Bob put about $13.5 million in this community. $13.5 million of his money into this community. And he fixed up a crappy building. And he built out in the middle of nowhere where we're growing alfalfa. And look at the revenue that we're generating right now. But we're just getting started. And once these 183 businesses are licensed and they start growing, and oh, by the way, the excise tax in Pueblo, we're at 1% this year. In 5 years, that's going to go up to 5%. The tax that Pueblo County is levying on excise, wholesale marijuana, is going to go up 5 times beyond what it is right now. All these decrepit properties that have been reassessed, those taxes are coming up. And if we get rid of this and the tax revenue goes away, have you ever met a politician to say, budget got cut, don't have this tax revenue anymore, I guess we'll just cancel the projects? No. They're coming. And where are they going to get the money? Where are they going to find the tax revenue if this industry goes away? I can let you connect the dots, but the fact is, we are one of the most oppressed communities here. We are on the heels of a boom. We're watching what this tax is going through. We see how law enforcement needs more officers to enforce it. We need to complete the last piece of the puzzle, and that's simply allow these businesses to come online, do what they're going to do. Cannabis is primarily grown in Pueblo, and there's a lot more stores in Denver. This is agriculture. Why do we want to turn that away?
I have one more follow-up, sorry.
Okay.
Let me just keep coming. There's a perception, I think, with the other side that Why should we support an industry that's run by a bunch of millionaires who are making money hand over fist in the cannabis industry? I've heard it, I know you've heard it, everybody on this forum has heard it. How do you answer a question like that? Are you a millionaire, Jim?
No.
Okay. No, but curious, I am curious. How do you even answer something like that if there's the perception that marijuana means millionaires in Pueblo?
Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, but you're not entitled to your own facts. When you really look at the facts, and if you started a business, you know what I'm talking about. There is no money. You take every dime that you have and the business generates and you put it back into the business. When you first legalized cannabis in Colorado, January 1st, 2014, we had 2 stores in Pueblo. We remember the pictures, the lines out the building. They had customers all day long. It was $500 an ounce, and people were buying an ounce at a time. And it was nonstop. Yes, the earliest entrants, when you had that pent-up demand, made millions. There's no question about that. Those of us that have come late to the market a year later, I'm going to tell you, we don't plan on making any money for 5 to 7 years. We don't. Everything we have is in the business. Our entire life savings, we invested into this. I have never been this poor in my life. People don't believe me when you tell them, why'd you get in the business? Oh, it's for the money. That's business. Doesn't everybody work to make money? Isn't that why every entrepreneur goes into entrepreneurship to create a business to make